Alright, so if you guys haven't noticed, I'm obviously in a different location. So I'm on Thanksgiving break right now. So with that being said, I'm also not going to be making as many videos probably for the next week. So after Thanksgiving week, you'll see the normal amount of videos hopefully rolling back out, but it'll be kind of sparse this upcoming week. Also just found out that the items for this collab have been showed off. And it actually happened like 2-3 days ago now, but I just found out yesterday. This drop happens tomorrow, which is Saturday, November 17th, and from what I was reading, it says around like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can do the math for whatever that is for you. But a lot of people are saying these collaborations usually sell out within like 5 seconds, so keep that in mind. Now the collaboration that I'm talking to you guys about is BAPE and NARUTO, which sounds really cool at first, but it's Baby Milo, BAPE, and NARUTO, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Baby Milo, just like the graphics that they use, this like really round cartoonish figure. I mean, it does kind of work with Naruto because Naruto had this little spin-off. I forgot what it's called, but it was like Rock Lee and Pals, and they're animated in a very similar fashion. But yeah, just personally, I'm not a huge fan of that style, but there are still some pieces that aren't in that style, even though this is kind of like a Baby Milo collaboration. But yeah, so let's jump into it and look at some of the pieces. Oh yeah, also important to note that this is not only a Naruto collaboration, but also a Boruto collaboration. So yeah, first off, you get the like track jacket, or the coach's jacket probably, a better term for it. You see this graphic used a lot, where they have Kuruma on the back, and then they have the Uzumaki clan logo right next to the BAPE head, which is pretty cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm just not a huge fan of that anime style. But yeah, then going down, you got my hoodies. You got 2 hoodies, same designs, just different colorways. And so what they do is they make use of that Kuruma again, and now it says Baby Milo above it, and it's got a couple more characters. You got Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, Gaara, and looks like either Rock Lee or Guy Sensei, Mike Guy. Again, not a huge fan of that just because it's so like, it's too cartoony. But yeah, moving on, they got some crew necks, and I think these are a little bit better. This one also just kind of does not work for me. I do like the sleeves though. They say Naruto X a baby nape, which I think that's cool. That's like some cool branding that they did, and I like when they do this throughout the collaboration, but it's just a bunch of those like cartoon Narutos, and then you got like a Baby Milo popping up, which I think is kind of a cool design. As far as Naruto goes, there's so many more things you could have done. So moving on to the long sleeves, I think this is where the collaboration kind of shines. I think these long sleeves are probably the most wearable, and I think they have the coolest designs out of all the other stuff. So you have 2 of these Sharingan designs. You have a ton of different Sharingans on each sleeve. I can't tell if the ones on the, yeah, so I think they differ on all the sleeves. You have like each level of the Sharingan. It's got like 1 dot, 2 dots, and 3 dots on one of the sleeves, and then you also have the different kinds of Sharingans. I know a couple of them, but I don't know all of them, so I'm not going to say them just because I'll be wrong. But I think this one's really cool because the Sharingan is such a like major staple in the Naruto verse. And then also these images, it's kind of hard to tell, but the red that they use, it looks like it's done in a camo, which would be really cool if it actually is. Just because that adds so much more detail to it, you know, instead of just having like some red graphics laid down. So if that is in a camo, which it looks like, I think that'd be really cool. It's kind of easier to tell when you look at the white version. But yeah, this might be my favorite piece. You have the bathing ape head, and then you got a bunch of like graffiti all over it. And I'm not sure if this is what they're going for, but this is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like the very first episode of Naruto, or it might be like the second episode. I actually think it's the first one, how it opens up. You have Naruto spray painting or like drawing, you know, graffiti all over a bunch of the Hokage heads. But I'm not sure if that's exactly what they're going for. This might be something else. I'm not exactly positive. And it's kind of hard to tell if these colorways are black and white or black and gray. I'd like to see a gray more than I would a white, or maybe like a little bit of an off-white, you know, instead of just like pure white, because looking at these prices, they are crazy. Also, I want to mention price-wise, I think the long sleeves are the most reasonable, and they come in at $129, which is pretty expensive for a long sleeve, but with all the other prices, I think the long sleeves are the most reasonable. So moving on to the tees, you got this same BAPE head on a tee with all the Naruto heads within the BAPE head section. But then, yeah, you got some more of these like cartoon bubbly Baby Milo characters, and these are all for BORUTO. As you can see, it says BORUTO on there. So yeah, you got BORUTO, Sasuke, Naruto, and Sarada. And then moving on, you got another one. You got BORUTO and Sarada holding hands with Baby Milo. And then moving on again, you have one of just Gaara. Moving on again, you got one with just Sasuke. And so it's right here when you look at the white shirt that you can really see that there's something going on with the Sharingan. I think this is the same thing that they do on the long sleeve shirt, where it looks like they're using some sort of camo or something like that. So yeah, moving on again, you have the Baby Milo shirt, and this one jumps back to Naruto, uses the same group of people from the hoodie we saw earlier. So I'm just gonna, you got Kuruma with Naruto and the 9 Paths or whatever it's called. And then moving on, you got that same logo, and then you got just a classic Naruto one, and then you got Naruto and Gaara on one, and then you have a Naruto clock. And I will say, out of all the like actual Baby Milo inspired graphics where they're like super cartoony, I think this one is my favorite, the clock. That being said, it's $259, so I'm definitely not going for it, but I think it works for this. Just because it's kind of like outrageous, it being a clock, so it makes sense for them to like use some goofy characters. They also have a keychain for $30, and then they wrap it up with these 3 different totes for $70. So yeah, when I first heard about this, I think they announced it like a couple months ago actually, and I was really excited for it, but I'm not a huge fan of BAPE, so I kind of knew that when I did see it, I probably wouldn't like it a crazy amount. But I am really into Naruto. You will see if you watch my videos, I have Naruto playing in the background sometimes. But yeah, with that being said, I really like those long sleeves. Those are cool. I might go for one. 130 bucks is a lot for a long sleeve, and sell it times are gonna be crazy. Probably be decent resell just because Naruto is very popular, and BAPE as well. As far as Naruto goes, I think a cooler use of their content for apparel would have been similar to how Supreme used Akira, where they just took like comic strips and then they actually like manipulated the image inside the strip, incorporate Supreme. Like they'd have a guy with his arm getting blown off and he'd be wearing a box logo, which is just kind of like, you know, that's cool. But I'm not a fan of the Baby Milo, but yeah, I think something like that where they pulled images from the manga would have been cool. But I think it's a decent collaboration. It's really cool to see some Naruto pieces just because personally I'm not aware of any other like clothing brands that have collaborated with Naruto to this scale in the streetwear community. Other than that, let me know what you guys think of the collaboration, and keep in mind that videos will probably be kind of low this week. There is a Palace Ultimo, which is kind of like their winter drop, happening next Friday, so maybe I'll cover that. But yeah, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram. But yeah, thanks for watching.